Everybody, coming to you today on this full moon of Taurus. So today I'll be talking to you guys about what that means. What is the full moon in Taurus? Because we just are still sitting in this Mercury Retrograde in Scorpio. So let me give you guys a little bit of sneak peeks on what's to come in the next few days. This energy on this full moon of Taurus and what that means for us. And also, I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to navigate yourself through all this crazy energy, because it's going to be a little crazy, but it's good, and so don't worry, don't fret. So, of course, as always, I'm going to read up on my notes here. So, full moon in Taurus is basically full throttle, okay? We're going to get to push on the gas and go this time, okay? So earthly Taurus is making us strong and stable in this energy, and it's also calling for us to connect the heart and the mind, to finally be in an energy where you're ready to face your fears about your new life. And so this morning in my meditation, a lot of things came up about this. And so I just, after I get out of meditations, I jot down notes and I start, evaluating, like, what is this information that has come through and how can I push this information out correctly towards those of you that really need some type of understanding right now. So, Taurus is the planet of, I decide what my heart wants to commit to, okay? It's the moments of manifesting life-changing miracles, and that's kind of what this energy is. And with Scorpio influencing Taurus together, I've done a few of these videos, and it's all about reevaluating your life. It's about you planting the seeds for the future. It's about you, taking those steps forward. We're Venus in step 13. You can't get any better than this. So, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what this is. What is this? And give me an idea of how I can motivate myself through this energy, okay? So this is basically the energy of really officially letting go of your old life and creating a new life. Jupiter moves into step 26 in Sagittarius, which is basically our galactic center. I say, in other words, that means that energy was at the time of your conception, at the time of your beginning, in this ethereal journey that we're on. And also Jupiter with Sagittarius is actually asking us to start a new story, to start a new life, to let go of this old past that didn't serve us and these people, and to give gratitude to those things and move forward in a different light. By Sunday, we'll know if we feel good about the choices of our new story. But I wanted to go in a little bit and talk about the next couple days. So tomorrow, heavy energy, lots of rediscovering new things about yourself, redefining new things about you. It's retrograde. So everything that's so reevaluating, reassessing, realigning, it's this energy that allows us to just kind of wake up in the moment and to understand what we're meant to do while we're here. So I say on Thursday, you're going to kind of get an idea of, like, okay, this is why I'm here. This is why I came to Earth to do this job. And so these things are going to come in quite strong, these feelings, these emotions. And so, it's just bringing in the new. It's, even next week's going to be about us thinking about ourselves, applying action towards self-love in ourselves. One of the other things that I wanted to mention too with this is, since we are in Taurus, remember what I said in the last couple of videos. I said career, love, and sex. So that means that a lot of this reevaluating is really going to be by way of relationships, relationships to self, relationships to past partners, relationships to who, you know, like who do I want to come in and align with me so that I can have a better partnership in my future. So there's a lot of things, you know, this energy is kind of crazy right now. And so it's really us playing out our heart's desire story. You know, it's us moving into a state of destiny to bring that into our experience. Okay. So, you know, when I talk about these astrological things, you know, there's a part here to play when it comes to the sake of love. Okay. Your part to play in that is, how do I upgrade myself in self-love? How do I get myself to a better understanding of the things that I did in the past that didn't serve me? How do I reevaluate my life in a different, complete new story? Because that's what's happening right now. Like literally that old story is getting broken off and shoved out into, you know, hyperspace. And so we get to start to create and understand that, hey, I have the ability to create my own story. And what am I going to bring to this experience that's going to bring some meaning to my story, or at least make you feel happy about your story? Because I know there's a lot of you guys out there like, hey, well, my mom and dad did this when I was a kid, and that was the story that I was given. Well, you know what? FYI, you guys, that's not your story anymore. You get to create this beautiful new story full of happiness, joy, understanding, love. I mean, get excited about your life. These are some super planetary systems that are moving in your favor. And if you don't use this energy to your benefit, well, you're going to have more karmic lessons that are going to come in, and you're going to have to reevaluate those things. So I got a list here of some stuff that, you know, is really going to help you by way of this energy, because, you know, Taurus is kind of a smart, I say, a smart planet in the sense that it allows us to be stable in our thinking. Okay, so whatever thoughts that are coming in through this new full moon energy are going to be more stable, more strong. You're going to be able to identify yourself in a different type of light, and that stability is going to cause you, you know, maybe if you were overspending in the past, it's going to draw that in and say, hey, you know what, let's plan for the future. Let's stop overspending like we have been. And so it's going to bring us into perspective about the things that we need to have come in, you know. And full moon energy, well, that's the ending, you know. The new moons are the new beginnings, but the full moons are like, you get to let go of the old stuff. That stuff's done. It's out of here. Now let's start planting the seeds towards the new moon coming up in the next few weeks, and new energy, a new story, a new creative, I say, destiny, because that's what's coming in. Your destiny's coming in. All those things that your heart desired, well, Taurus is lovely. It's going to bring it in for you, you know. And we still are influenced, you know. I'm looking in my notes here. What are we influenced by? Jupiter is influencing us. Sagittarius is influencing us. Scorpio is influencing us. We've got Taurus influencing us. We have a lot of those very soft and gentle planets coming in to kind of, I say, reiterate the things from the past. What did you do that didn't serve you? Who did you connect with that didn't serve you? What are you wanting to align in your life in the coming months, in the coming next, I'm going to say, we're planting seeds right now for the coming next 7 years. So be careful what you're putting out there. I'm going to go through my list here about the tips, because, you know, some of the time my tips are very, very similar. Well, today they're not going to be as similar as normal, just because there's some learning curves here. There's some processes that have to manifest and unfold in order for you to be into an energy where you can receive this abundance and prosperity and this soulmate union, because these divine unions they're coming in full speed, and they're dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And so this is going to be some powerful energy for you guys in the next few days, next few weeks. This full moon is strong, it's stable, it's powerful, and it's asking you to rise up to your truth, rise up to your destiny, the things that were already for you. These planetary systems are working in your favor, so use them. All right, so if you guys want to get pen and paper to write down some of these notes, because I've got 6 of them today, and this is going to help you guys. It's going to be a little weird navigating through this energy, but trust me, on the other end of this energy is going to be so much abundance, so much prosperity, so much love, sex, all of that good stuff, okay? So get excited. So my first tip for you guys today is I want you guys to lean into the process. Even though full moon, Mercury retrograde, we're on top of each other right now, I want you to lean in. I don't want you to be like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, this stuff gets crazy and I don't want to be involved in any of this. Well, please lean in. Just please lean in towards your destiny. Lean in towards your best life ever. Lean in towards your authentic truth so you can manifest these desires with these planetary systems that are working in your favor. Please. Second one is do something for your body towards self-love. Go get a massage, maybe get some energy work, maybe go jogging, maybe go to the gym. Do something to get out of here and into here, okay? We need to get out of our heads and drop into our hearts. This is an energy that's only prevalent with this unconditional love that we're trying to navigate through, okay? Because these are waves of unconditional love. We've got to go through the motions of this so we can see what's on the other side, see the happy ever after on the other side. So please do something for your body. Get out of your head space. Don't be overthinking. Don't be over accessing. Don't be overspending. Don't be over shopping. Whatever you do in excess, do not do it right now, okay? This is all about us going inward. This is all about us redefining our lives towards something meaningful. So the third one is try to do something that's not technological, computer, phone. Take some time to manually write out things, maybe manually journal, maybe manually write down some of the downloads or some of the things that are popping into your mind that are navigating you towards your best life ever. And so, I know in Mercury retrograde, we always have this crazy technological issues. I've had tons of them. They're not going to dampen my spirit. I'm going forward. So try to do something manually. Try to get yourself out of that space. Don't get caught up in all of the frivolous stuff with the Mercury retrograde and, oh my gosh, my technology is not working. We'll go write something down. That might help you to get out of this so much and back into your heart, okay? Number 4. Taurus rules the throat. It's the throat chakra. So what does that mean? This is the best one ever. You get to speak your truth. So if you've been wanting to say something to someone, Taurus is going to give you the opportunity to have that space, that loving, considerate, maybe forgiving, maybe compassionate space where you get to, acknowledge yourself and your truth and push forward and say, hey, look, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not putting up with that. Maybe you need to reevaluate a reconciliation that's coming in, because there's a lot of those happening right now. Maybe you should just be nice to that person that's trying to reconcile with you and say, hey, let's agree to disagree that we didn't work out in the past and that we still care about each other and that we still love each other, but that we have to move on. We have to be exes. I have to let you out of my life and I have to move forward and let go of that old self, those old belief systems, those old relationships, and move forward. Okay, so that's the best one. And whenever we open our throat chakra, we get to speak our truth. It's authentic. There's no hiding, there's no masking. You know, with retrograde in Scorpio, everything's sitting under, you know, I say under the surface. Well, no longer is that the case, because thank you, you know, planet Taurus, for allowing us to speak our truth, to allowing us to reevaluate how we see things in a more authentic way. And so being in that truth, being in that space, you don't have to hold back any of that stuff anymore. Let it loose, let it go. We're in Mercury retrograde. It's always a crazy time, but you know what? It might be a better time to let those things out and to move through that energy, and not to be so passive where you're not saying things that you really need to say to others to set up your healthy boundaries. Because that's really what that's all around, you know, is setting up those alignments in our life. And healthy spaces, healthy boundaries help us align to ourselves more divinely. So that's a good tip for this energy. And, you know, don't hold on to grudges, you know, just let that stuff go. If it can be worked through and you can talk about it and you can agree to disagree and let go, then let go. Please do, so that you create more space in your life so you can have a new beginning towards your destiny and things that are in your life that you want to manifest and show up. The fifth one is please drink a lot of water. As we move the energy, we get to move different things in our body. And how do we do that? Through the water in our body, staying hydrated. We get to move that energy, okay? Water's energy. So staying hydrated keeps your mind focused, keeps you dialed in, lets you evaluate the things that are meaningful for your life. The other one that I wanted to say, and this is funny because some of my friends in Boulder will laugh at me, but go hug a tree, you know, go be a tree hugger, or just go outside and look at the trees. Be outside, ground your feet. You know, Taurus is a grounding energy, and so it allows us to be very grounded, very stable, very focused. And so, you know, going out into nature and, you know, just taking a little fall walk, maybe looking at the different colored, you know, leaves that you're seeing on the trees, maybe getting enamored by that and just focusing on those type of things can really allow you to be more, I say, present with yourself, more grounded, more centered. So that's a good one also to do. And again, you know, I'm going to go back to Taurus and the sensibility of Taurus. Taurus doesn't want us to overspend. It wants us to rationalize things correctly. So, you know, if that's in relationship, because Taurus is one of the relationship moons, we also want to say that Taurus also gives us the opportunity to not be in excess. Don't be irrational. Don't create up this karmic lessons for your future because you're in excess. And so that could be in a bunch of different things. It could be seeing, you know, maybe a partner too much if you're just dating, and getting up into your energy too much instead of evaluating yourself and allowing yourself to move through this energy. You got to take that space. You got to take that time, you know, to go inward and figure out, like, what is in my best interest? What is, you know, in my life that I need to show gratitude towards, and how can I express myself in a more compassionate and loving way when it comes to me being in excess? Because even when we're in that moment where we're maybe overspending, you're standing at the counter and you're like, I know I shouldn't buy this, but I want to buy this. Well, stop yourself in that moment, take a breath. Don't criminalize yourself. Even if you make the purchase, just tell yourself, hey, maybe I needed this, or there was a reason for it, okay? I'm not saying to go into excess. I'll be the first person to teach you not to be excessive with stuff. But in this energy, we might have a tendency of evaluating that over excessiveness because of that stability with the Taurus planet. So, you know, let me go through here really quick and kind of give you a little bit more, you know, ideas about what's actually happening, because we're all visioning different things. There's all these things coming in, there's all this energy. We're going, oh, you know, I've got the Mercury retrograde, now the full moon, I got the holidays, I have all this stress. Don't stress. This is not the time to stress. Don't stress in Mercury retrograde. You just create more of that energy to bring forward more of that energy. And so I want you to let go of that stuff. Just say, you know what, for right now, I'm just going to be in the present moment, and I'm going to try to be as stable as possible and be rational with how I identify myself in this energy and what's meaningful, what's to my benefit, what's working in my favor. And this is also a time of connection, because that's one of the other things I wanted to mention, and that I haven't mentioned in the other videos, is Taurus is loving. You know, it wants lovey-lovey. It wants the relationship stuff. It wants the closeness. It wants love and sex. Okay. And Scorpio, we know that's the planet of, you know, physical, you know, Scorpio is more drawn towards ecstasy. It's more drawn towards sex and being physical with another person. So with those two planets together crossing over, oh my goodness, there's going to be some lovey-lovey stuff going on out there. And so you got to be careful, because even though you might be very passionate and loving, we have to really remember that we're still in Scorpio. We're still reevaluating even who we want to sleep with, you know, what we want our partnerships to look like. And so I don't want you to get too caught up into that. And if you happen to get lovey-lovey and something happens and you guys get in a fight, well, agree to disagree and let it go, okay? You don't want to make more karmic lessons with that individual just because, you know, you can't pull your feet out of the fire long enough to be mature and stable in this energy and not create more fighting and not create more drama. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it's really about connection. It's about you connecting to your higher self. It's about you connecting to your destiny. It's about you understanding that by the end of the year, you're going to be a different person. You're not going to be the same person. Right now, you're just moving into this new, better version of who you really are, not who you've shown the world that you are. You know, Scorpio doesn't let us play around or be deceitful. It lets us get things done. Taurus gets things done. These two planets are here to help us on such a stellar, huge, magnificent level that we can't even understand that right now. And so that's why I'm putting out these videos is, you know, I just want you guys to set in this earthly Taurus energy. It's beautiful. There's love. There's connection. There's love to self. That's you moving into your destiny state, your vision of what the future is to hold for you. And I want you to be able to move through that gracefully and not be stuck in the mud and say, ah, it's Mercury retrograde, this is why I'm upset. You know, we can shift our perspective out of different things so that we can align ourselves to our higher self, you know, align to something greater than what you've decided to align with in the past. I mean, this is the full spectrum of you get to axe this out of your life, like done. The old life is done. You don't get any part of it. You don't get any of the experiences. The only thing that you might get that might linger through this a little bit is going to be the residual of what you evaluated through those, you know, different energies, through those different motions of the past. And so we get to let that stuff drop off the cliff, and we never get to look at it again. We get to start and plant these beautiful seeds for this beautiful new, you know, new year coming up. 2020 is going to be full of abundance financially, lots of love, because we will have already met our beloveds, our intended ones. You know, I'm trying to shift out of this twin flame soulmate identification to a partnership, because I see it now is so much more. I see it as a divine union, a sacred union. I don't look at it as a twin flame or soulmate connection anymore, because, well, that's kind of the old language of stuff. I want to say sacred union, that I'm in a partnership of sacred union. Doesn't that sound better? Let's try to shift our words into some of those new positive, I say, labels that identify as clearly as to what our heart's wanting, you know, and what's meaningful for our heart space. So hopefully a lot of these tips and things that I said about these planetary systems kind of stick this time, you know, and I'm going to continue to kick out these videos for you guys so that you can, you know, be okay, so you can know that, yes, it's just a little bit of heavy energy. You're working through the past stuff. You might be holding on to some more, you know, old belief systems that you need to navigate through and let go of. It's okay. You're okay. Just pat yourself on the back and say, I'm all right. This is for me. I've been dreaming of this fairy tale life, and now it's starting to show up in little pieces. And so by the time we hit December 7th, we'll be super tired of all this Mercury retrograde, but at least we'll get to have a good feast in the meantime. So, you know, enjoy yourselves during Thanksgiving and allow yourself to be in a present space of gratitude. You know, that's what this life's all about, is giving gratitude to those things that served us and those things that didn't serve us, so that we could learn these karmic lessons, so that we could be a better human, so that we could be a better ethereal spirit. And so please, today, if you can, go hug someone, get a little love, use some of this Taurus energy, you know, just show some compassion towards others around you, because really this energy, it's all about you showing compassion towards yourself. And when we do that for ourselves, it goes and it just permeates the whole planet. And so I hope that some of these words of wisdom hit you in some soft spots, and I just want to send you guys an energetic hug out there. Just know that I'm here. I got your back, and I'll guide you through this as easy as possible, because it's going to be some thick energy in the next few days. But you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay, and you get to step into that best life ever. So thank you for taking time today to join me, and I can't wait to unfold some of the other stuff coming up in the next few weeks, because not only is this stuff going to be paramount, the prosperity, the abundance, and the love factors, they're coming in strong, and they're coming in for you. So enjoy this energy and have yourself a great day. I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Namaste. Blessings.